Hello, everybody. We are Human Design Geeks, and this is a Human Design Geeks podcast. I am Marta. Somewhere here is William and Julian, and we came together on the basis of having passion for human design. We're all from different environments, different countries, different nationalities, but we all have passionately love this beautiful tool of human design. And we came together to talk about it, to explore it, and to bring it out there for you guys to benefit from it, which we hope we will do our best to do that. And we thought we start our pilot with introducing who we are, right? You would love to know who we are. So I would like to invite Julian, nickname Juju, to introduce himself and talk about himself. Juju,
Choo
let's start with you.
choo, choo choo.
Well, thanks you for invitation. So I put up my chart. Can you
Oh,
see
that's
it?
mine.
That's yours.
That's
That's
yours.
mine.
Then how do we do?
Oh, there it goes. Oh no. You're not oh me. Yeah, that's me. That's you.
Me, but me.
There we go.
Okay, that's you. Right.
So here we go. My name is Juju Licious. Okay, Julian. I came into human design a couple years after I had a severe accident with brain trauma, physical trauma. And I was completely lost. I think it came at the time in my life when I didn't know who I was. I didn't know how to make a good decision. I didn't know what was my life was going to be from then. And human design was a way for me to learn to reconnect with myself and to be able to talk to others, to get to know others, and to have, because I couldn't have a 5 minute conversation with somebody without my energy plummeting. But
Hmm.
then when I started to talk about human design to somebody, hey, do you know your human design? Then suddenly it'd be like, oh, my energy changed. I would be able to talk longer. So it became my passion, and I'm certified BG5, which is the human design of career and business. Because before my accident, I was a sort of management consultant career going on, high velocity, all over the world. And now I'm doing these consultations of human design, and it's really helping me to understand other people. Especially, I did all my ex-girlfriends, so that helped me to understand the patterns. And if you look at my design, so I'm a 1-3 here. Oh, I'm a 1-3, so one here, three here. And the best way to describe in a very quick way is I have the hypersensitivity to initiate people into themselves by sharing my talent in a funny way.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
that's the core of my design. And within that, there's so much more that I even to this day, after 10 years of experience, I still learn so much. And so that's my intro. Do you have any questions or recognition?
Who are you asking?
Well, Marta, of course.
I do recognize you. It's funny that we met through TikTok, right? And we met on the basis of human design. And that's exactly what you did for me. And I loved that. Here's your recognition. You offered me a human design reading, even though you're a professional. You offered me a human design reading because that is how much you loved it. You saw a stranger on TikTok and you offered her a human design reading. Wise. That's how we became friends. That's why we're here today.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for the
So
recognition. But
pro projector, he gave me deeper insight into myself. So thank you for that, Juju.
Yeah, and I did this because I remember I was watching your videos about self-love, about your process, and I thought, wow, this is so inspiring. I was so curious about your design, so I was like, okay, the best way to know is to ask her. And that's what happens all the time, you know? Like I get remember
Yeah.
we watched the document you mentioned the documentary and I got captivated and I did the human design of everybody in there, so just to understand.
We both get captivated because what? Line one.
So that was me. So next, who's next?
Who's next?
William?
Willie, you go.
All the people here. Great,
All the
great
people.
introduction, Juju. Yeah, but I think it's good to mention that in human design you have all these aura types, right? And I think it's interesting that Julian is a projector and I am a generator, and you, Marta, are a manifesting generator. So it's great that the three of us are all different. They're all different flavor in the aura types. We only need a manifestor and a reflector to be complete, but still. Three of them is great. So yeah, so my name is William, and you can also call me Willie and Juju. And I met Juju in Bali actually, and I think the first question I asked him, "Do you know human design?" So we're
I
all
love it.
very passionate about it. I think I'm now around 7 years in the process and of human design, knowing human design. I'm not certified as Julian is. But I am experiencing almost every day. I've learned all the material for 7 years, but I'm actually a true experimenter with it. And it's also in my design as a 6-3 generator. It's a lot of threes in my life, so I'm this trial and error guy who's learning through life and can be eventually the role model of that experience. So what I noticed is that you can learn human design in so many ways, but to really explain it to people or to really that people get a grasp of it, that is also a quality you need to have. And I think that is one of my strongest suits is that I know a lot of material, but I can really make you think and digest about the material instead of only say the things that is human design. So I think that is my quality here. And yeah, so I'm the sacral generator. That means the red square in the middle. So if you have a red square in the middle, it means you're a generator or a manifesting or a pure generator as me. So I'm here having this life force energy, being the worker, the doer. I always want to do that and that and that and that every day. Being satisfied is the most nicest thing for a generator. I do this, yes, I don't do this, yes, I do this, and then I'm satisfied. Or I'm frustrated, and you know that too, Marta, to not, that our energy is not going in the right direction and we get frustrated. So yeah, and I have these two channels actually, the 952 having the focus and the details. So if my sacral's in something, I can go on forever being fully focused in that, and having the 1034 being this individual expression of love. This is me, guys. This is me, and I can be empowering others by living being me. Actually, so that's me in a nutshell, I guess. And I really like that we all found each other in this Human Design Geeks YouTube channel and podcast, because we really love the passion and what you said about Julian. I do it too. I give people readings all the time just for free because it is such great tool for you to have. And we're so passionate about it, and I love that we're the three of us having this channel and hopefully inspire a lot of people around the world, because we're all also on different places on the world. I'm in Amsterdam, Julian is somewhere in KL, Kuala Lumpur, and you're down there in
In Spain,
in
yeah.
Spain. So we're all different places in the world, which is also exciting. And what I love about our three of our designs is that we're so different, but we together we make so much impact with all our differences. So yeah, happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Thank you, Willie. Wanted to add from myself that you're also a grounding force of this group of three. I don't know where that is in your design, but you definitely are the rock foundation of our little group.
Yeah. Well, we all do our best, right?
What we were
Yeah,
created for.
and I want to share that I've known you since 2019, on the Bali trip, and then how
Yep,
we changed over the years, and
absolutely.
you've really come to a place where your living of the and understanding of the human design is really inspiring to me. Like wow, that's so amazing. So
So
good
nice.
job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
And you're
right.
the
Thank you guys for sharing. Oh, sorry, Julian.
and
What were you
he's the
saying?
boss. He's got the 45.
I'm the king,
What,
guys.
sorry?
I'm the 45. I'm the king. It's also in my earth design. So I'm here to lead it and to be the king. No, just joking.
He is the authority.
Okay, okay. Great, great. All right. Well, my turn, I guess.
Yes.
Well, hey, everybody. Everybody, my name is Marta. My nickname is Marta. You can call me Marta. And I am not going to be able to talk about my design the way these two did, but I'm going to say that I came to human design through a difficult period of my personal metamorphosis, or as I call it, Martamorphosis, where in the past 8 years, 9 years, everything about me was changing, and I was finding my my personal life, which maybe some of the juju can write why the this is my design is, as these wonderful gentlemen explained to me, is all about finding my own way, being uniquely me, and then yeah, that's the determination, being determined to fight for something that is really, I don't particularly love the word fight, but in this context, fighting is to go into the end, to reach the goal, something that is truly meaningful for me. And by doing that, by being me, by fighting for what I stand for what is meaningful to me, inspiring others through that little channel, 1 and 8, to be themselves. And my thing, which is how we met with Julian initially, is everything I learned through my own metamorphosis was the self-love, which is that little gate activation in the heart, number 10. And I felt very strongly talking and sharing my inspiration, my knowledge that I learned through inner introspection as a 4-1, being a 1 line that is always learning and investigating. So, like Julian, we both are investigators, inner investigators. And I feel strongly about sharing what I find, sharing the knowledge, sharing the wisdom that I learned through my own experience. And human design was one of the most powerful tools that I found maybe about 6 years ago, that I felt strongly sharing to share with others. And that's how we connected as well. Julian and I first, and then Julian told me about William, and then we all came together. Oh, why don't we all three strangers come together from all these different parts of the world and talk? And then we met once, and then we met a second time, and the third time, and then it kept happening, and we're still here now doing the Human Design Geeks podcast. Because we all strongly feel that this is such an important knowledge, and the way we speak about it from the standpoint of being a human, wanting to learn about who you are and how you operate in the most at ease way in the world. And that's what we're doing here. I hope that was a good introduction into what is this about, who we are. And I don't know if you guys want to. I saw Julian, you pulled in our penta. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that a little bit. But otherwise, I think I am good.
Great, yeah. So beautiful, said Marta. And what I love about it, and maybe it's good to explain for the people who are watching it, is that that you actually here to have every week like the questions to us actually, because you're actually a beginner in the human design thing, and it's great how you explained your human design. And Julian could when you were talking, he was like, pointing all the things you were talking about, so you can say like, ah, she's saying this, well, that's that and that. I thought it was funny to say, I don't want to say fight, and you have the gate of the fighter in your, in your earth design. I mean, that's your way of speaking. You love to fight and to provoke change, and that is you, right? So we could, even if you don't know anything, we could like point it out immediately, like your design. So that's great to see, and I think it's good for people to know that we are here, that you are coming every week, and we don't know the questions you have to us, and we just go into and explore together, so people can go on the wave of the exploration of human design instead of only sending out, this is this and this is this and this is this, but really try to figure it out together, so people have greater insights about themselves in human design, right?
True, and I try to make sure that whenever they use hard terminology, I I try to translate it into human language.
Great, thanks for you for doing that.
Because human design is something that really takes like an extensive deep learning to be able to learn all this terminology. What does this mean? What does body graph mean? And everything, it's like a whole language. So I want to make sure that you and you guys, me and you guys, all understand what they're talking about.
Good idea. That's a good idea.
And maybe we can all share just like this, like how has human design really helped you in your life?
Great. Yeah. You already did it
Who
a
wants
little
to
bit
start?
in your well, I forgot to mention it when I was introducing myself, because I thought it was a great also a great way of why human design can be so interesting for yourself, or life changing, or how you will call it. And Juju has a very clear thing what happened in his life. So, like, there's a clear moment for me. I didn't have this, there was nothing happening at a moment, instead of just searching life and, trying to find spiritual ways and stuff like that. But what I just got with human design, because in the spiritual community there's a lot of talking about human design, even though Ra Uruhu, the founder of Human Design, actually says it's not really spiritual. Actually, that's already interesting, but it's happening a lot in the spiritual community, and so I just got into it, like all things, like a book, like some things you get to you. And what I noticed about myself is that most of the time, like 1 month or 2 months, I'm done with stuff. I'm like, okay, got this. And I'm like, yeah, I've experienced it. And okay, maybe interesting. No, I don't know. And human design was literally the only thing which comebacks all the time, because it's so deep. You can find so many knowledge about yourself, but it's also very simple on the other side, just to, be very simple in your strategy authority. And it's just a great tool. It's just this very, very great tool about learning about yourself. And I thought it was fascinating that it came back to me. And how it changed me actually is compassion, I would say, because we're all so different. And to understand, for me, for example, I'm very open, so I'm very white. I only have three centers closed, like colored in, so Julian can now say like all the open centers. So that means I can be very influenced by the outside. And if you don't understand that, and I'm always proving myself, I don't actually want the conflict. I'm always holding on to things that are not necessarily good for me. I'm always making too much attention. I talk too much. All these things you don't know about yourself, and really learning about where you get influence from the outside. Um, and understand how people can be different, and you think like, oh, I don't like this person, I don't, get away, or whatever you feel, and then now you understand, no, wait, this is just a human being who is totally different and has these kind of energies and work in that way. So you get compassion. And when you understand all these way how we're working as a human being, that gives you so much, I would say, less resistance. Like you can, like, okay, wait, okay, relax in this. Oh, you are you. I am I. You are great as you are. Maybe I'm not loving these kind of things, but it's not that I'm bothered it anymore. You're just you being you because I don't know it. You're different. And because of that compassion that's creating, in your family life, with my son, with my wife, all these kind of things are just such a great tool of human design. So that's what I got out of a human design. And I love it every day, even more, every hour, even more.
Every
Oh, what a
podcast,
great love story.
Yes, I'm in love with human design.
I love you too.
I love you too, Juju.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was making those, when you were talking at the end, like, like really compassion, less resistance. And what came is like then you honoring your own design, which is like vibrating, listening, putting your adrenaline where it's like where you can concentrate, being like in the moment, like walk with conviction, into who you are, and then suddenly you're vibrating, you're glowing this energy around you. So
true.
yeah,
That's me.
I know.
Now you should talk about. Okay, here we invite you as a projector I'm interesting, like what really changed it for you. So besides the accident and what you happened, like is there something you can grasp on in the human design system what really made you change or have an insight or no whatever changed for you?
I think, yeah, thanks for asking. For me, the really human design has really helped me to appreciate parts of myself that I was not maybe appreciating, which is like
Mm,
this competitive, uh, you know, competitiveness about me, wanting to be first, but also not wanting to repeat things that have already been done.
yep.
And then this hyper sensitivity,
Yeah.
this need to take time to make decisions, and then more time. Because I thought, I was a manifester or a generator, manifesting generator. And then I felt it when I went out to dance and I met somebody and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in love, blah, blah, like immediately, in the moment. And then
It's
it
an
was,
honest mistake, Juju.
well, it's never, it's like a learning experience, trial and error. So I also appreciate my trial and error, the 1-3. So that was investigating Marta. Um, and there's also this part of me which is really spontaneous. So
Yeah.
and and even in just in my explanation, I'm going through different perspective, right? And that's me. I have so many different perspectives in everything that I do, and I always say I'm very simple. I'm simply complex because I have a spontaneous side. I have like a side that really needs to wait, a side that really needs to be like
Yeah.
you know, competitive, but also like, is this good for me? Like, so there's so many perspectives and they cohabit in this experience. And then I mean, there again, for me, there's so many elements to this learning, and I'm still learning. And I know this inside out for so long, 10 years, and still learning. And I think that's just fantastic.
Great.
So that's my
Fantastique, I would say.
fantastic. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm not toxic, I'm toxic.
And how about you, Marta? How long are you doing knowing or like really using human design?
Actually, I was thinking today that perhaps around, because I couldn't remember, and I was thinking maybe around 4 years ago I first come across, and now I realize it's been at least six
Hmm.
years that I've come across human design, and I found it very interesting. I got curious and I started learning about it. But I personally can relate to Juju. in terms of that happened through a very sort of difficult period of my life where everything was like the old me was falling apart completely, and that's a difficult process. It's a painful, often process. And I was, looking for every possible way to get better, every possible tool that could help me, find happiness is a cheesy word because it's overused, but I think you know what I mean by happiness. To get well,
Yeah.
to get well. Yes. And I found human design. I started learning about it, and I've been learning a lot, as much as I could. And then I felt like I was in and out. And then, as I was sharing with you before, that it's one thing to information is not knowledge. I learned that sometime along the way. And it wasn't enough to just read about it, yada yada yada. It was quite a few years later, after I first encountered human design and started learning about it. And like for you, Willie, it was coming back. It was coming back, I could forget about it and walk away and do something else, and it was coming back. And then finally, the seed, like Juju always says, it's seed planting. The seed finally pops up, and even such basic, because human design is really, really deep, and this you can go into it with such great detail, which blows my mind every time now, learning about transits and see what's changing every day. But even the basics, which is understanding your type, your aura type, your line, your strategy and authority, and all that, which we all cover later. But this is like operating mechanism of your body mind. Even that took several years for me to really get on the embodiment level. For instance, this one great example of it, I was so conditioned in the mind by my environment where I came from. Yeah, that's the open head, exactly. That I thought that I was supposed to live the life in a certain way, and I had to find this one thing that I want to do for life and stick with it and get really good at that and doing it. And you keep hearing sometimes especially from the personal development industry, that you have to find your passion, you have to find your passion. And I personally mistaken that for this one thing, because looking at the people who are obsessed with what they're doing their entire life, for which they're very well known for, like Einstein comes to my mind, obsessed. I thought everybody had that thing and they had to find it. That's what I thought. I believed it. And that was creating just struggle, that was creating suffering within me, because I couldn't stick with anything for too long. I was passionate about the things, and then at some point the fire was going down, and then I had to push myself to the point of burnout, and to the point where I became unhappy but still doing it, forcing myself. I've done that for a long time, and I was punishing myself, thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I stick with anything for a long time? And then I finally realized, after several years of knowing, of having the information about being the manifesting generator, I finally got it. That a manifesting generator is not built to stick with one thing. And when I finally got that, oh my God, my entire being relaxed. I felt so much lighter. I felt like, oh my God, I can be myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can be myself. So that is one powerful thing. And there was so many other things, like understanding how how what's my inner compass, what thing is good for me or not? Like the body language, the gut language, the and aha, the sacral sounds of this body, and trusting that direction. That took another several years. So anyway, that's why I feel so powerfully towards human design. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because whenever I'm so passionate about it, my sacral is going, what? Let's share it with others. This is unfair that only I know it. Everybody should know it. Everybody should be able to feel what I feel, to know what I know, to experience what I experience, right? So that's why I feel so strongly about human design. And I, of course, did not take any course or get certified. I'm solely self-taught. I've went through so many different perspectives, interpretations of Ra's teaching, human design teaching. And I've been trying to collect as many pieces as I could into a larger picture. And then now we're here, and I'm being the explorer and the questioner, and I'm enjoying it so much. And I hope, I can represent you guys for to benefit from all of this, because I personally learned so much when I just talk like this, and these two, they say, oh, yeah, I could see in your design everything that you just said. I don't know what you just said, but they know something, and I want to know what they know. And I want you to know what they know too. So let's go, guys.
I love Julian being Picasso.
Oh, he's channeling my 1/8.
He's
His
he's
art,
he's
his
he's
inner artist coming out.
he's channeling everything you say, and that thank you, Marta. Thank you, Marta, for sharing. And it's great. It's great. I mean, we all come a little bit at the same, like being yourself, right? Like knowing more about yourself to really understand, be yourself, and also to learn to be how another person can be, and have that compassion and self-love is that I think that is a key thing for us all to and we hope we will give it on this channel for people to grasp. And I'm very curious for your next question, Marta, in our next episode.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
we
I'm so
don't know,
happy.
right? We don't know. We just go into it and we just be ourselves and we see what's happening. And
Even I don't plan it, to be honest with you. So it's a genuine exploration in the moment, and that's why I really enjoy it so much.
nice.
There's nothing learned here. There's nothing, how do you say that? Rehearsed. It's pure magic.
Lovely.
And
I
that
think
being said,
Amazing.
it feels like a completion of
it
our
is.
introduction.
It is.
Yeah. Well, thank you for spending this time with us. And we are so looking forward to do the magic, to bring this magic to you. Look, I'm all going up. My sacral is like beaming right now. Um, and I just want to say that these two lovely gentlemen are actually professionally practicing human design. They both have practices. We will be, if you feel like reaching out, exploring, sticking with us more, or sometime in the future or whatever, if you feel called to reach out to this one of these two gentlemen for a personal experience, coaching, guidance. We'll be leaving all the detailed information about us and what we do in the description for our podcast. And meanwhile, we thank you for spending this time with us. And we're looking forward to every next episode with you. Thank you. And bye bye.
Bye.